Metamodernism has been defined as an oscillation between a typically modern commitment and a markedly postmodern detachment by Timotheus Vermeulen and Robin van der Ecker, two Dutch scholars, in their academic paper Notes on Metamodernism from 2010. The important aspect in that definition is the word oscillation. Vermeulen and van der Ecker argue that this oscillation should not be seen as a balance of the modernism and postmodernism. It is rather a pendulum swinging between 2, 5, 3, 10 innumerable poles. Each time the metamodern enthusiasm swings toward fanaticism, gravity pulls it back toward irony. The moment its irony sways towards apathy, gravity pulls it back toward enthusiasm. This idea of combining aspects from modernism and postmodernism is key to understanding metamodernism, sincerity through cynicism, holding the grand meta-narratives of modernism at a distance through the irony of postmodernism. It's important to note from Vermeulen and van der Ecker that metamodern irony is intrinsically bound to desire, whereas postmodern irony is inherently tied to apathy, which is to say that metamodernism is a lot less cynical in its worldview than postmodernism. Its desire is to explore and express the larger grand narratives like modernism, but through the lens of a postmodernist. The music you are hearing at the moment is from the artist Father John Misty. He's a great example of a metamodern artist in pop culture due to his ironic, sharp-witted lyrics, which are accompanied by rich, beautifully composed pieces of music. This combination of postmodern ironic lyricism and grand epic orchestral pieces are the aesthetic of the metamodern artist, having strong, sincere emotions and songs about the grand narratives and themes like true love and happiness, but held at a distance through its use of sharp wit and ironic lyrics. The song here is titled I Went to the Store One Day, which is truly a sincere piece of music about the grand modernist ideals of love and love at first sight. But lyrically, Father John Misty keeps the emotion and sincerity of the music at a distance through his ironic lyrics, following imagery of a loved one dying in your arms while on your deathbed, with the line, insert here, a sentiment, our golden years.
Insert here a sentiment, our golden years.
Showing the absurdity of these grand ideals regarding true love and love at first sight, just like a postmodernist would. Father John Misty instead uses the aesthetics of metamodernism to convey to his audience a defeated optimism that Vermeulen and van der Ecker describe as the destiny of the metamodern person is to pursue a horizon that is forever receding. Even though the lyrics of his songs are deeply cynical and apathetic, hallmarks of the postmodern artists, they still have this intrinsic desire and optimism that modernism has. So the audience still receives the deeply moving messages and images, the ideas the artist is trying to convey, but is laid in irony and cynicism, as to dilute the message in a way that makes it a lot easier to swallow. Vermeulen and van der Ecker draw upon the Galerie Tanja Wagner in Germany, which had an art exhibition to present the styles and aesthetics of metamodernism. And this exhibition used these words to introduce the work, which could very easily be linked to the work of Father John Misty. These works convey enthusiasm as well as irony. They play with hope and melancholy, oscillate between knowledge and naivety, empathy and apathy, wholeness and fragmentation, purity and ambiguity, looking for a truth without expecting to find it.
Born in the USA, oh, just a little. Born in the USA, save me, white Jesus.
Vermeulen and van der Ecker aren't suggesting that metamodernism is the true successor of postmodernism or modernism. They're suggesting, however, that we as a society are phasing out the pure cynicism of postmodernism and becoming a life where the optimism of modernism is displayed less directly, using aspects of postmodernist aesthetics to create a style which hits you with painful sincerity, even if you don't feel it straight away.